They came into your life like a storm of fast, intense, consuming. You thought it was love. You felt like you had finally found your person. But deep inside, something felt off. Like your soul was addicted, not connected. Like your heart was holding on, but your mind was begging you to run. This is not love. This is trauma. And today, we're going to talk about the relationship that felt like fate, but was actually a wound screaming to be healed. Welcome to Dr. Love. Ever wondered what trauma feels like? Love, let me ask you something. Have you ever met someone and felt an instant pull? Like your heart skipped a beat and the world faded away. It was electric, addictive, intense. That connection felt divine. But here's what most people don't realize. Intensity is not intimacy. Chemistry is not compatibility. And sometimes, the pull isn't your soul recognizing love. It's your wounds recognizing familiarity. When you grow up around chaos, emotionally unavailable parents, abandonment, criticism, or neglect, your nervous system gets wired to believe that love must hurt to be real. So when someone comes along and activates those same emotional patterns, it feels like home. But it's not home. It's the trauma bond. Here are major. Since you're in a trauma bond, you might be in a trauma bond if you feel an obsessive connection. Even when the relationship is toxic, you confuse anxiety with excitement. You keep forgiving betrayal, lying, or mistreatment. Because you understand their pain, you feel addicted to them. Highs are euphoric. Lows are devastating. You abandon your own needs just to keep them from leaving. You keep hoping they'll change, even when the reality says otherwise. A trauma bonds feel like roller coasters. You're always chasing the next high, the next I love you, the next apology, the next good moment, just to survive the emotional lows. And it becomes a loop. Pain, apology, pleasure, tension, explosion, affection. That's not love. That's emotional captivity. Let me tell you a story. Maya met Zane at a party. He was charming, confident. He made her feel like the only woman in the room. By the second week, he was texting her all day, calling her his soulmate, saying he never felt this before. By the third week, they were inseparable. But then, the cracks started to show. He'd get jealous. He'd disappear for days and then come back with "Sorry, babe, I was just stressed." He'd make her feel like she was the problem. She tried harder. Stopped going out. Cut off male friends. Stopped dressing how she liked. And the more she gave up, the more he pulled away. But every time she was ready to walk away, he'd cry, apologize, love bomb her with affection, and she stayed. Not because it was love, but because she was trauma-bonded. Maya didn't love Zane. She was reliving her past. Her father used to disappear for weeks and come back with gifts. Her mother told her to always understand a man's pressure. So her nervous system learned, love is chaos. Love is sacrifice. Love is pain. Let me tell you, this isn't love. Here's the truth. Love is not supposed to feel like survival. You shouldn't have to fight to be heard. You shouldn't feel like you're losing yourself trying to keep someone. Real love feels calm, safe, clear. It doesn't rush. It doesn't confuse. It doesn't leave you guessing. If you're constantly justifying someone's disrespect because you love them, you're not in love. You're in trauma. And the longer you stay, the harder it is to break free. Because trauma bonds are chemical. They release dopamine and cortisol, the pleasure and the panic, just like an addiction. But here's the most powerful thing you need to know. You can break it. So here's show to heal from trauma bond. Healing begins the moment you stop asking, why don't they love me? And start asking, why do I keep allowing this? Here's how you heal. 1. Recognize the pattern. See it for what it is. Not love, not fate, but a repetition of childhood wounds. Feel the pain. Don't run from it. Trauma bonds keep us stuck because we're afraid of loneliness. But that loneliness is where you meet your truth. 3. Cut contact. Complete liblook. Delete. Disappear. You can't heal in the same space that broke you. 4. Therapy and trauma work. Find a therapist who understands trauma bonding and attachment theory. You need to rewire how your brain sees love. 5. Reparent yourself. Give yourself the love you never received. Set boundaries. Say no. Choose peace over chaos, even when peace feels boring at first. Keep in mind that the love you're looking for is still coming. You didn't deserve the pain. You didn't ask for the chaos, but you are responsible for the healing. There is love waiting for you, not the kind that burns you, confuses you, and leaves you crying at 2 a.m., but the kind that sees you fully. And stays peacefully, patiently, truly. But you can't receive that love until you stop confusing trauma for passion. So take the first step. Walk away from the fire and walk into your healing, because real love doesn't feel like anxiety. It feels like home. If this video spoke to your heart, please subscribe to Dr. Love. This channel is a safe space for healing, truth, and building real love, the kind you deserve. Leave a comment below if you've ever been in a trauma bond. You're not alone. Let's break this cycle together.